Hi everyone, let's go ahead and continue our column manipulation lecture. So previously we had seen how you can read the multiple columns together. Now once you read the multiple columns together, it returns here the data frame, the selected columns data frame. Now once again a similar kind of the operations which we applied earlier on the actual data frame, you can apply those here as well. For example, you can simply apply here head or tail. So whatever we applied earlier, we can apply these things on the selected columns itself. Alright, perfect. So let's go ahead and apply here just a head, and that will print here these 5 values here, these 5 rows here. Alright, let's go ahead and see how you can add a new column. Suppose that here you have name and the team together and you want to add here a new column. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna take this NBA, alright, the data frame which we had here. In this data frame, I'm just gonna put a new column. Just for the simplicity, I'm just gonna take here a new column name. In that I say here sport equal to, I'm just gonna take here some random sports. Alright, some random sports. So this is gonna put a new column into here NBA. Alright, now if you read this, you will be seeing in the last here a sport column got added, and the value of that sport column is some random sports. That's how you add a column. But suppose that you want to remove or you want to drop a column, then how would you do that? You can simply write here nba.drop. Thereafter you need to put here the list of the columns which you want to drop. I want to drop here a sport column. Now if you run this, it will return here the rows, but the first time it says that it is the error because I want to drop the column. If you don't provide here access value, it will try to drop the rows. Since there are no index in the rows as the sport, so it will not drop anything. To drop the column, you need to provide here access equal to 1. Alright, now you see there your sport column got just dropped there. But again, if you try to print here NBA, you will see there the sport column is there, it's not dropped. So what happens actually? Once you write here nba.drop, it drops the sport column and then it returns the data frame. Since we have not changed the original data frame, that is why that sport column is still there. Just to solve that, you can just simply put here in place. Alright, in place equal to true. So with this, it is going to drop the sport column and it will going to modify this NBA itself. You can simply put here a head for just 2 rows to check that if that sport just got dropped. Alright, so that just got dropped. You can check it here once again if you want to check that. We don't have any sport column right now. Alright, let's go ahead and see how you can add a column at some decided position. By default, if you use this method, so the column gets added at the last. But suppose that if you want to add the column at the start of your index, I mean here as the first column, then how would you do that? You can simply use here insert method. So nba.insert, and in this you need to provide here the position on which you want to insert a column. 0 says that the first position, that's the 0th index, and then you need to provide here the column name which you want to insert. I say here the first name column. Here it is name and I want to insert as the first name. Then as the part of the first name in this, I'm just gonna provide a value for these variables as the split of these names. Then you need to provide here values. Alright, so the value equal to NBA, and in that I'm just gonna take here name. It might not be clear to you if I do that there, but before that let me just take here this value so that you understand that properly. So in the first name column, I'm just gonna provide a first name. So for that I need to do here some processing. First of all, I need to read the first name. I need to first read here a name column, which I do something like this. Thereafter, I need to apply here a method. In that, I need to do here a split. So I do here str.split. Alright, if you remember, we have already done these things earlier sometimes back. So there I do the split. But the problem is here, it says that it has some null values. So just to avoid those null values, we need to apply here some other method. So now what I'm going to do here, nba name dot str, and then I'm just going to do here a split. So all the null values will automatically get converted as the string. Then I say it as the split, and in this split, then again I'm going to do here str, and this becomes here again a string, and thereafter I'm just going to do here get 0. So there are ways to do that. So with this I did something like there was the list which got converted as str, then I took the first splitted value. Other than that, something like that it was, you can just select here 0. So with that you will be getting here a 0th, a first row. So basically what happens, you try to apply this method, then that method is not gonna work. You have to apply this method to get the first name out of these. Since this is returning a first name, I'm just gonna take this whole thing from there and I'm gonna put there in the value. Alright, so that's how it is gonna happen. Let's go ahead and run this, and now you print here your NBA data frame. In this you see here a first name got inserted at the first position. So that is how you add the columns there. Alright, perfect. So this is all about in this lesson. Thanks a lot for watching this. I'll see you next one.